Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me and my mate OwNaGe as we go through what is going to be the first of hopefully a few tier list videos that we're going to be doing. So just want to say a big thank you to all the support recently from you guys, and I hope that you enjoy. Cheers. Guys, I've got a super special guest with me today, the one and only OwNaGe TF2, first place main season 37 pocket player for OwNaGe plus 5. Hello, OwNaGe.
How are we?
Mate, it's a great day to be doing a tier list video. In no particular order here, we've got the atomizer. Where do we reckon this goes? This is a utility weapon, right? You'd
It
never
is,
really use this to actually whack people, but you don't really use scouts millies to whack people at all.
but you only get the triple jump once you have it holding, like, wielded.
Yeah, and I feel like removing yourself from combat for a full second to swap to the atomizer, do a triple jump, and then put it away. I feel like it's
Mm.
almost never worth it. It's not terrible because there are certain
When you're going for a
times.
flank play in casual, for example,
Yeah,
going behind, maybe me.
I think it's probably meh. I'm trying to think of any situation where the winger wouldn't just be a better mobility weapon.
That's very true.
Um, and yeah, I
But
you know,
put
when
it this way, Star used it in his TF2 video, so that it just can't be
so
terrible because he's the
it
number
can't be
one user.
terrible
So
if the goat
it's got to
if the
be
goat
in the
used it.
meh. That's right.
Now, now, this is a weapon that I am of the opinion absolutely sucks. The
I
baby
used to like it when it
blaster.
first came out,
It used to
but
be.
overpowered in the Love and I think it was the Love and no, it wasn't the Love and War update. That was the back scatter.
Yeah,
That can't.
it's
It
never
used to be
been.
so good when it was so fast, but now it's just.
Well,
I think
it
it's been.
used to be. The reason this used to be good was because there used to be a bug, for anyone who doesn't know, where you could outrun the backscatters. Sorry, you could, if you had full boost with the baby's blaster, you actually outran your own hitbox. So your hitbox was actually slightly behind your model, which meant that you were just impossible to kill with hit scan. But now that's been patched for a couple of years. I think this weapon's terrible, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I can agree with that.
Spoiler alert, I'm not going to be suggesting we put any of the other scatterguns in terrible, but this is the only one that I think just is not good. You should never use this. The spy gun, the backscatter. This thing is actually a low key sleeper.
Honestly, I really enjoy using it, like a
It's
lot.
it's fun. The four shots in the clip mean you do need to hit those shots. If you miss them, then you're kind of screwed. Um, but if
But
you can hit
if you're
them,
not playing MGE, getting your skills up, what are you really doing?
what are you really doing? Yeah.
I actually think that it would be in the A class, to be honest. Because if someone that's really good with it in the right hands, it can be really,
Well,
really
I-
like
I'm
lethal.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm leaning more towards top of B tier, and the reason why is because the mini crits are cool, but hitting a full damage mini crit, it doesn't actually pass over the kill threshold of any class. I don't. Yes, it does. Sorry, what am I talking about? Yeah, you can one shot light classes. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I'm bad. Um, okay.
I was a bit you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. All good. All good. All good. Yep. All right. Let's put that one, let's put that one in A. The bat.
No,
I
nah.
I
It's not
think
look. It's not terrible,
I
but
think
like
that it's
it's just
meh.
B.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
that
just
it's
meh.
meh. You know, there are worse weapons.
It will
But
become enough that I absolutely despise.
yeah, yeah. Ooh. um, Bonk. This one, I'm gonna say that this
No, yeah,
one's
in A.
really good
Yeah,
because
yeah. Just the stun mechanic at the end of it is a bit detrimental, I think,
it
especially if it comes off when it wears off in front of the whole enemy team.
it
You've sort of got to
is
time it.
the ability to drink this in spawn and run to Red's base to destroy their teleporters is quite literally game winning, particularly on maps such as Dust Bowl, Gold Rush, those longer style of maps where you can get trapped in your
Even upward if
spawn.
you go down the right side
Yeah,
if you're attacking.
100%. It's definitely a good weapon. This is the Boston Basher. So this is the only weapon in this entire list that I think, if we were just talking about pubs, I think this would be a terrible weapon. I think that but it's S tier in competitive. You must run it. It's
So
basically
just by
law.
default, it has to be in the S tier, just because the high tier players use it in every high tier game that they play in, regardless
Yeah.
if it's the skinned version or not. It's the same. So
Yeah, but I think we do need to consider the fact that it is basically useless outside of competitive. So I'm leaning more towards it should be going in A, is
yeah,
like the top of A, because it really is. If we were only doing this based on pubs, then it would be at the bottom of B at absolute best,
yeah.
right?
But
I
it's a
think
mixture
that
between
mm,
sixes and we'll say Highlander as well.
yeah, because
Um,
building that Uber is just,
yeah.
it's so crucial. Let's put it here for now, and then once we've done our list, we might look at reaching. This thing stinks. Never use this. The fact the fact that you can be one shot by a rocket, a pipe. I mean, I love Soldier and Demo. So if you're versing me, then use this because I'll just one pipe you every
Look, if
time.
it's Smithmas, that's the pass you get to use it because you can actually be part of the festivities
Yeah,
on
true.
Smithmas.
And you're gifting the other team free kills. So yeah, in the spirit of giving on Smithmas, you can use the candy cane. This
Yeah,
weapon sucks.
yeah, it does.
The Criticola, this thing's a low key sleeper weapon, I
Look,
think.
I don't think it's good enough being A. I feel like it's high B,
Mm.
but like I don't know why you'd use it over the bonk. In my opinion, oh, it's a hard decision.
It's
Depend the situation, the situational.
it
Like the bonk's good
it
at the start.
messes with me. It has candy cane syndrome in a way where when you drink it, you take extra damage. So all of a sudden, you can be killed by pretty much anything
But you're
in
also
one
running
shot.
faster,
You are running faster. You're also
dealing more damage.
dealing more damage, which I think evens it out to
It
be
does. Yeah,
pretty good. But I do think the top of B tier. I'm going to agree with that.
yeah, yeah. The atomizer refuses. Oh, there we go.
the the atomizer, the fan award.
Hey,
This is actually another one where
high C.
yeah,
That's because it's only
it's
used in
only good
MVM.
in MVM and it's only good against giants.
And
And look, if you've
and
got a
why is it good in MVM
competent,
again?
because it marks giant robots for mini
That's right.
crits.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you've got a medic, it's pretty much with Crits Krieg, it's pretty much completely redundant. If you've got a competent demo man in MVM, it's completely redundant because they instantly kill the big robots anyway.
It's not an int if you're going to use it anyway because as scout in MVM, like your melee, it's probably the best melee you can have in MVM for
Yeah,
scout
but there's
because it's
no
just like a
other.
side assist to
Yeah,
everyone
I mean
else.
that you wouldn't use anything else really,
That's
which
right.
is the only reason people use it, I think. So, um, the
Guillotine's fun.
guillotine,
That's
yeah,
fun.
this definitely gets fun points. It used to be a lot more fun when the Sandman stunned, and if you
That was
stunned
amazing.
with the Sandman, you got a
The crit.
guaranteed crit. That was
Mhm.
just so good.
I even
But
made a
now
video on
this,
that.
there we go. So go check out OwNaGe's video on the Sandman guillotine.
Crit combo. Yeah, honestly,
I think it's the
that's
bottom
not.
of
It's
B. It
yeah,
kind of sucks. Like, use this if you want to make people bleed.
but it's just fun. It's a cool weapon.
It is a cool weapon. Hard to use though. Like
It
really
is
hard to
actually.
use. It reloads really quickly, which is something I'll give it credit for. You can fire off one of these really rapidly. Force of Nature. This weapon, if you're good with it, it's a completely different style of playing Scout. You cannot play Scout with the Force of Nature like you would with the Scatter Gun, or even like the Back Scatter, the Soda Popper, even really any of them. But
But you can use it as an extra jump as well to get to
dude,
higher
like,
places that you
how
wouldn't
many
get to.
times have you been in a pub and there's just been like this dude with an Australian scatter gun with 8,000 kills on it that just rips
Yeah.
shit apart.
Especially on upward on that second last point. That's like top tier for Force and Nature Scouts to just run
Yeah,
amok. They
yeah.
just sit up top
I'm
and drop
probably
down.
tempted. I'm tempted to put this in A.
Yeah, not high A, but I can. Oh, yeah,
I
the back
really
scatter.
think that this is better than the backscatter. Like I'm looking at this now and thinking that this weapon looks out of place. Like if we're comparing it to the other primaries, I like you would. I mean, spoiler alert: this is going in S tier, by the way. But you would, like, to me, this seems like a logical order of you would never want to use this over this, but in most scenarios, you would prefer the Force of Nature over the backscatter. It does more damage as well, by the way, because it has more pellets.
Just has the two clips though. That's the only issue with it.
It's a single target killing machine. Well, we might review once we've the milk. I think the milk has fan syndrome.
It does. It's better than the fan though.
It's better than the fan for sure because you can coat an entire team in it theoretically. I think it's probably at the top of meh, probably just here with the
Yeah.
Criticola.
Yeah.
Is probably where I would put that.
Because there is situations where it does help you. You know, you can extinguish yourself. There's no medics in casual. You can help your team out in the final fight where if there's no medics, you can just throw the Mad Milk into the whole enemy team in a pub push, and your whole team's going to be getting healed.
I kind of jumped the gun with the scattergun, but scattergun, I don't think there's really any argument that goes in S tier. Some of the most reliable damage in the game. Just crazy good weapon. Crazy good weapon.
Plus, you look at high tier gamers, all
like
the competitive
us.
gamers,
like us, mate.
all the competitive gamers use scattergun.
Scattergun, easy frags. Pistol, I'm also of the opinion pistol goes in S.
Yep.
You don't see a whole lot of pistol in pubs, but it's just crazy good. That damage, ridiculous. If you can get that tracking, it is absolutely ridiculous damage. You can solo pretty much any class with one clip except a heavy at close range, assuming you hit all your shots. And yeah, if you don't think the pistol's good, go watch Banner use it, and you'll be reformed. You'll be a new man or woman.
Yeah, Pretty Boys
Shout out to
pistol.
our gamer girls.
I don't. Honestly, that is above B. It has to be in A, low A, just because it shoots so fast, and you getting the health, for example, in a casual, it does come into effect.
Yeah.
Like it does help.
Well, it's banned.
Definitely.
It's banned in competitive for just simply being too good. Like getting that free health back is just super good.
It is definitely.
In pubs, it's a little bit different because obviously dying doesn't have as big of an impact, and there's lots of health packs around and dispensers, and usually there's a medic or two as well. But I think that's a good place for it. I look at Bonk and I go, I think it's the same level as these.
Yeah.
And then I look at these down here and I go, you know what? I'd rather probably have this most games.
Yeah.
This
Sandman
is easily one of, if not the worst weapons in the game. It
used to be. I would have back in the day before it got nerfed. Would have put it in A.
Yeah, for fun factor, and stunning is awesome. But it has candy cane syndrome where it drops you to a critical point where you can be killed by one rocket. You can be killed by one sticky. You can't be killed by one pipe, but you'll be left with 10 HP. So you're basically dead.
But it's better than the candy cane.
Yeah, it is better than the candy cane. It's better than the candy cane for sure.
The small health pack you get from the candy cane is probably not even worth it in the grand scheme of things.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest. The Sandman also it's such a slow recharge as well. Like if you miss that ball, like you're not shooting another one for 30 seconds. Yeah, you got to run.
Pick it up.
You got to go run across the field and pick it up. Shortstop.
No, I can't.
I feel like it's meh. Yeah, it's in theory, it's
honestly,
actually
I put it behind the guillotine.
Really that much of a hater on the shortstop.
I just don't use it. Like I just can't. I just don't understand. I don't see too many people using it either. You see more people using the guillotine than the shortstop.
In theory, it has some of the highest DPS of any scattergun because it reloads instantly, almost instantly, and it shoots really quickly. But I don't know
But you
why.
got so close.
I don't know why. I know it's not listed in the stats, but I just feel like this thing does pitiful damage. Like even on unless you are right, unless the barrel is down their throat, you, I don't. You never see triple damage, like triple number
But the only thing
damage.
is,
It's
like, it's just got a useless mechanic, the shove mechanic. Like, who is going to right click when you're right up at someone instead of shooting them? Like,
yeah,
I just don't
I
understand that
agree.
mechanic. It's not. You're not a pyro. You're going to reflect things. You're not gonna like shove a rocket out of your face that's coming at you,
Yeah,
or a pipe. You
I
know what I mean?
agree. I agree. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
So
Winger,
winger's got to be in A, surely.
yeah, it
It
just
has
gives
to
you
be.
so much utility, doesn't it? It just
I'd even
gives you
put it.
so much utility.
I'd probably put it almost on the top of that A list, just because you can in competitive as well. Like getting to heights, you can actually escape a lot of trouble because people
Yeah.
won't be expecting you to jump so high.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, particularly when you're versing someone that's trained a lot of MGE and is really set in their muscle memory. Pulling the winger out, and you just screws with soldiers. It means that you can jump over a soldier's maximum splash range, which is just crazy. It allows you to roll out places really quickly. Yeah, no, I think that's
You can also probably make escapes that you otherwise wouldn't make
yeah,
just because of the height
100%.
factor.
And the clip size is mitigated a little bit by the bonus damage. Um, yeah, I think that that's fair. Soda Popper. This was S tier before they changed the way that the hype worked. For anyone who doesn't know, the hype used to be, instead of giving you 5 jumps, it used to give you criticola effect instantly when you right clicked, and you used to get it by simply moving around. You didn't even have to do any damage. It was just broken beyond belief.
It was awesome back in the day.
Crazy weapon. Still a great weapon though. Big damage. Big damage. Reloads fast.
But you've got to deal so much damage for it to fill up. Like, takes a while. You've got to be doing consistent damage with it, and it's just not for that, I guess.
I feel like the hype meter isn't actually what makes this weapon good, though. I feel like it's the super fast double shot. If you can aim with this thing and your positioning's good, which is helped by the charge effect when you manage to get it, I would say it's probably at the top of B.
Especially in King of the Hill, I think this item really, really shines just because you can jump across the map to the other side, like on Lakeside, for example.
Yeah,
you can take the health pack. You can surprise snipers that are hiding in the corner, like they won't expect you to jump up with 5 jumps or 4 jumps.
Not to mention it's just fun. Like you just fly around. You just fly around. It's
definitely
weapon.
high on the B,
Top
just
of
under
B.
A.
I think that's
C.
fair.
Throw it out of here. Get it out. Sun on the stick. That is absolutely.
I think it's at the top of C though.
Yeah. Oh.
Because at least it has some benefit.
Even the backscatter, I'd probably say has to be in front of it. You know what I mean? If it's going to be at that height, the backscatter, sorry, it has to be
the baby blaster.
Baby face blaster, sorry, has to be above it. Surely, just because as a primary, you're not going to be pulling out the melee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it has to be above a melee.
Yeah, I mean, the babyface blaster is significantly better.
Like how often are you going to wait for a pyro to set someone on fire? You're going to pull out your melee, run past, and hit him. You're going to just shoot him in his face. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to get that close up to someone, you've got to be either running behind them or just prepared to like wait in the respawn times, because just in case he gets a random crit in your face.
Yeah.
As you're coming fast.
Yeah. I agree. I reckon that's fair. Last weapon, Rap Assassin.
Honestly, I wouldn't put that last in C.
Oh, that's not meant to be there.
It'd be above the Candy Cane Sandman because it does damage.
I don't think it's a C weapon, to be honest. I reckon it's a B, because if you think about how we've rated these, like no one uses the Scout's melee for damage. If you were going to make an argument for using a Scout's melee as damage, the Boston Basher in theory is the best one for that, because you get a bleed. You get a bleed effect. The Scout melees are pretty much all
We've also seen this
utility
item used in
based.
sixes as well.
Yeah, it's
We've seen some
viable
stuff brought out.
it's
So
viable in sixes because when you hit a target with the bleed, they're literally forced to go and get a health pack. They're forced to go and bother their medic. So you see flank scouts using this quite often because they don't need the Boston Basher. I would say to the average player, like it's also fun. It recharges really quickly. It's Christmas
yeah,
themed.
honestly, it'd probably be up there
I
on the
would
B tier.
say it's a B. I would say it's a B weapon. Like I would rather have the milk. Obviously, they're in different slots, but you know, I would find more cases where I'd be using the milk or the bonk or appreciate having the soda popper more than the rap
Over the
assassin.
yeah,
But I
but it
feel
has
like
to be above the rest. Yeah,
I would rather have this bleed. I mean, this is a significantly better bleed than the
and you
guillotine,
can probably hit it a
right?
bit more consistent. I feel for some reason
Yeah, well,
than
the
the guillotine.
guillotine has this weird delay when you throw it,
Mm.
and it's just a hard weapon to hit. The Rap Assassin recharges really quickly, and
I like how the two S tier are stock weapons.
which is probably going to be a theme that we see across all of the 9 classes when we do them. Yeah, what do you think? You happy with that? I reckon it looks.
Honestly, yeah, I think it looks pretty fair.
I
Like
I still am a believer that that should probably go there in my
I think it's
humble
gonna. I
opinion.
think it
You
should
think
go.
it's better than that? You think it's in A? Maybe I just haven't used it enough.
You
Maybe I
haven't. You
haven't
haven't
used it enough.
unleashed it
I'm
on
not
the enemy gamers.
you know what, I'm gonna buy a strange backscatter and I'm gonna get it to 500 kills and then I'm gonna revisit where I believe that this should go.
Yeah. Make a video on the backscatter alone, talking about it, dissecting it, and seeing what you think
Mm.
about it once you know a little bit more about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
We'll
strongly
convert
believe
more.
it has to be
Yep.
in low A
Yeah.
or
Okay.
mid A.
All right.
So
All right. Okay. Look, I'm pretty happy. I'm happy with that list. I'm happy with that list. So,
yeah, I'm pretty happy
OwNaGe,
with that too.
thank you for joining me on the first TF2 tier list. We're gonna do one for every class, and then we'll probably do one ranking the classes and ranking the maps and doing all of that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. So,
We should be doing it in order unless you guys would suggest otherwise or you want a different class. But from left to right, so we started with the scouts. There should be soldier next.
we'll do soldier next. We'll get through those, and then we'll look at some other tier lists to do because they're pretty fun. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. We both really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.